Today's episode is on the services: police, fire and ambulance, and a mysterious fourth service that will be revealed later. Many believe Christopher Police, ex-Crook Lane resident, invented the police, way before Robert Peel, hence why they're not called the Peel Force. In the really lawless days of Winsford, there were many shady characters around the town, mainly salt thieves and chimney swipers. Chimneys being a big seller in Old Winsford, to the point where there were more chimneys than people, with some people believing that one day chimneys would take over the town and enslave the population. Well, when I say some people, I mean one, Dave Nam, who got so paranoid about the chimneys that he started his own town in between Malton and Lethwich. Anyway, Christopher Police was put in charge of ridding the town of this menace, and with the odds stacked against him, he formed a brigade of the town's most trustworthy and tough individuals. Many features of today's law enforcement were invented that Friday afternoon. Truncheons, originally old black puddings from Patterson's, Black Puddings and Nail Shop, which became Pat's False Limb Shop, which eventually just became Pat's Second Hand Shop. Handcuffs also were invented that day, but the keys were not invented for a further 6 months, leading to lots of trouble. And also digital fingerprint scanners. And so Christopher Police had invented the Christopher Force, but not the well-run establishment we have today, but a gang of thugs with badges who would clobber anyone who even looked like they were going to swipe a chimney. Once, a dyslexic officer beat up 2 chimney sweepers by mistake, leading to the Great Chimney Sweep Strike. More on that in a different episode. Eventually, the Christopher Force got so out of hand that they became the baddies and started beating each other up. Finally, when they beat Christopher up, this was the last straw, and so he formed the police force, and the rest is fictitious history. The Fire Brigade originally started as the Fire Brigade Brass Band, but after the 4th salt factory in as many weeks burnt down to the accompaniment of Rodrigo's Concerto de Aranjuez, it was deemed highly sane that the band learnt some fire-quelling abilities, like putting out fires. Luckily, it turned out that they had quite a flair for firefighting, with the tuba player being a dab hand at hose control. And quite soon the wooden town of Winsford was far less smoky. One hot summer there were so many fires that the streets were congested with them, and so we had to improve the junction. Eventually, with the invention of bricks and fireplaces, the problems eased and the force reduced in number from 24,000 for just the Winsford area to a modest 12. The ambulance service came to Winsford when the hospital moved too far away to walk to, ferrying the poorly to Winsford Hospital, which used to be near the now Winsford train station, and run by a very young Florence Nightingale. Now, there's something you never knew that never happened. Who obviously went on to bigger and better things, Leighton Hospital, etc., and then on to the back of a £10 note. Leighton Hospital in those days was called Leighton Academic Medical Practice, or LAMP for short. The first ambulances were like rickshaws, and some of the ambulance men used to have a nightmare getting to Crewe up and down those hills, going really fast downhill, usually resulting in a worse accident than the one that the ambulance was called for, and really slow uphill, with the rather large Brandon kid actually dying of old age before making it up the big hill. With the invention of the motorised ambulance, the job got easier but no less serious, and now the trip to Crewe is a pleasant one. Have a fantastic month, viewers. Don't forget to watch my films on YouTube and keep up to date with my Winsford history.